This morning we're reading about the chimpanzee. Chimpanzees are very clever animals and good with their hands. They can build themselves a nighttime nest very quickly. Baby chimpanzees learn how to make nests from an early age. A chimpanzee can build around 19,000 beds in a lifetime. Beds are made every night in a different place as the groups move around in search of food. A treetop attic. Sorry, I changed my read aloud spot. A chimpanzee makes its bed in the treetops, usually one nest per tree. However, sometimes 2 or even 3 beds are found in one tree. These beds have many uses: to sleep safely, far from dangerous animals, to protect the chimps from insects and parasites that are common in the high branches, and to sleep in a cool place or to wrap up when cold. Let's see what these look like. Oh my goodness, that's adorable. Look at those chimpanzees in their nest. Here's a neighbor. Let's look at their characteristics. Females are from 55 to 110 pounds, males from 75 to 155 pounds. Their height is 3 to 5.5 feet. Their habitat, tropical forests and wet savannas of Central and Western Africa. They live in groups of 20 to 150 members. Their feeding is mainly a vegetarian diet, but they do sometimes eat meat from what I've read. Their enemies are big cats and hyenas. That makes sense. The materials for their nest: branches, preferably the ones at the top of trees as they are more flexible, so bend easily. Leaves are used to cover the nest. Tools, hands and feet, are the only tools that chimps can hold things with both. Oh, chimps can hold things with both. Yes, their hands and feet. There's their blueprint. Let's see. So I thought that maybe today we would do 2. So here's the white stork. The white stork is a very large migratory bird that rears its chicks in Europe during spring and summer, and then returns to Africa in winter to escape the cold weather. Storks often build large nests high up on very tall buildings, close to human dwellings, and are viewed as good omens. There are many legends about white storks. The best known myth is the story of the white stork as the bringer of babies. The stork is often shown carrying a bundle of joy to new parents. How it's built. On top of the world, the male looks for a good location somewhere high up and starts the building alone. The female joins in once the nest has taken shape. Deep and secure. The nest is built with large branches and fixed to the chosen surface. Then smaller branches and dried leaves are added along with soil and mud to erect high walls that stop the eggs from falling out. Very comfy. Finally, small leaves and moss are used as fillers for maximum comfort. Storks also make use of human materials such as clothes, paper, and plastics. Every year, the nest is reused after improvements and extensions are added to it. A room with a view. The white stork builds its nest to incubate and feed its eggs and chicks. Like most bird nests, it is cup-shaped. The stork builds a very large nest and usually chooses tall human structures for its location. Oh, look at that. I see them on the rooftops. Nests can grow and become very heavy, the weight of a lion, or 550 pounds, and sometimes they fall or bring down the structure they are attached to. The white stork feeds water to the chicks by squeezing wet moss directly into their open beaks. Their characteristics. Let's see if we can see this. Okay, White stork characteristics: 5 to 10 pounds when adult, length 40 to 45 inches, wingspan 60 to 85 inches. I would encourage you to try to see if you can measure out that wingspan. Habitats: prairies, farmland, and shallow wetlands, mainly in Europe. In winter, the stork migrates to sub-Saharan Africa. Feeding: eats frogs, small rodents, and insects. Enemies: no known predators. Humans and the destruction of the stork's habitat are the main threats. Oh, we've read about that. Materials: a firm surface. It has to be high up too. Thick branches for the base and main structure. Twigs, dried leaves, soil, and mud to shape the nest and make it more comfortable and protected. Moss, small leaves, clothes, papers for the final touches. Tools: the stork's large beak is the main tool. And 2 animal architects today.